We really wanted to explore the reality of attention to advertising on WeAre8 in particular. So, when it comes to digital advertising, there's one thing that we've learned over many years, which is people are very good at ignoring ads. And we just wanted to understand if this was true on WeAre8. It's a very different delivery mechanism, it's a different way of thinking about advertising. And we wanted to understand if that innovative and more respectful approach to advertising led to greater levels of attention, and whether greater levels of attention led to better business impact for brands. And the answer is yes.
Lumen and Scope3 are both credible research partners in their fields of attention and sustainability respectively. So it was a bit of a match made in heaven to sort of have these partners, which is important for Havas's meaningful media proposition to get sort of a consumer attention and do that in a sustainable way.
Within this study and all our studies at Lumen, we pride ourselves on testing attention in context. We know that the environment your ad is shown in can make a big difference, and so we set out to replicate the WeAre8 opt-in ad experience as closely as possible.
At Lumen, we use a concept of attentive seconds per 1,000 impressions. This concept of attentive seconds per 1,000 impressions is really important because it isn't just about whether or not people notice it, but it's how long they notice it for. We've found consistently that the more times people spend looking at ads, the more likely they are to remember them. Now, it's not a perfect correlation. Sometimes ads can get the job done in just a couple of seconds. And it's not a linear thing. It's not you automatically get more recall because you have more attention time. But in general, more time equals more memory. And so that's why it's so important to take time into account. And that's one of the reasons, one of the drivers of WeAre8's success. Because people actually hang around to watch the ads. They actually look at them for a significant amount of time.
Well, my key takeaway, and what I tend to use when talking about sort of attention with clients is a bit of a takeaway triangle. So you have sort of reach, cost and quality, and the last one on sort of quality is increasingly more important because there's no point in buying lots of reach at a cheap cost if the quality is poor or no one's seeing the ad itself. So I think that's where sort of this study is really useful to sort of validate ad quality through that sort of attention lens, and to make sure that if we are looking at quality environments, it's doing so in a sustainable sort of practice for sort of the industry as well.
The results are amazing. Average attention to ads on WeAre8 is actually 4.7 times more than other social platforms. And actually early data suggests that WeAre8 generates up to 31 times more attention per gram of carbon emitted than some of the other social apps analysed.
But the study shows how this quality of attention is a significant driver of brand recall and uplift, with more than 8 in 10 recalling the brand after the WeAre8 exposure. The creative with the highest recall demonstrate how brands can use WeAre8 to tell an engaging story with longer form content that contains strong brand and product cues.
I think one of the big learnings from this study has been the value of being respectful of users' attention. In digital advertising, sometimes we can feel that our job is to pepper people with thousands of ads. And the response that people give to that is to learn active ways to avoid advertising. People are very good at avoiding things they don't want to look at. The WeAre8 model is different because instead of peppering people with attention, it gives you a great slab of attention. It's the steak rather than the sizzle. And people seem to respond quite well to that. People are prepared to give some of their attention if you're not going to abuse it. If they, you can do an attention exchange. I'll look at this ad conscious that I won't have to be bothered with advertising time and again. That's a different way of doing an attention exchange.
This one-to-one exchange not only provides valuable insights for brands through our unique questions tool, but it also creates a halo effect.
So one of the really exciting things about this project is the combination of attention data and attention estimates with carbon emissions estimates from Scope3. It allows us to do something that's never been done before, which is to estimate the carbon cost of attention. This is tremendously important to understand if you're going to act in a sustainable way as an advertiser. Digital advertising uses up a lot of electricity. both in terms of delivering the ads, but also in the trading of ads. Lots of electricity means a lot of emissions. And so every time you go online, there's a bidding war for your attention, and that bidding war creates a lot of carbon. Understanding how much attention is generated from that allows you to work out how much carbon this is worth. And one of the findings we got from the study is that WeAre8 is generating so much attention and producing, relatively speaking, so little carbon that its carbon cost of attention is minuscule.
Since the WeAre8 platform has, a very big focus on making the world a better place and supporting climate solutions, we really wanted to try and link up our attention data with Scope3's carbon emissions data for WeAre8 and other social platforms. By knowing how much attention ads generate on average per emission through the eye tracking and how much CO2 they emit per impression from Scope 3, we were able to calculate that carbon cost of attention and really kind of understand more deeply that WeAre8 is not only just a high attention platform, but also a low emissions platform.
WeAre8 have been the first of the social platforms to lean into Scope 3 as well at the same time. So, from a planning perspective at Havas, we have a whole load of hypotheses around how the benefit of attention has a positive impact on sustainability. And I think bringing those two data sets together to help prove that is, the pioneering definitely within the industry.
Well, campaign efficiency and effectiveness is obviously a key priority for brands and agencies. And I think the really brilliant thing about this research is that we've proved that not only will brands get better results with WeAre8, and that's everything from attention to awareness to brand recall, sentiment through to action, but they will also do it in a kinder, fairer, more planet-friendly way.
So the future of attention and sustainability will be finding more effective channels and therefore having less wastage within the market. So that will help us to manage frequency better and also use channels with a clearer impact on brand metrics less often. So that means you don't need to waste impressions, hoping that people will watch more of your content, but focusing on the channels that have higher attention in order to have a more sustainable presence.
It's really interesting to have WeAre8 lean into collaboration, because if we want to change the future of the advertising industry to be more sustainable, then you need to have sort of collaboration with others in the industry. So WeAre8 working with Lumen and Scope3 to do that, and particularly on that sustainability front, for instance in the study to look at the carbon cost of attention was really valuable, because I haven't seen that necessarily from other social platforms.
So one of the questions we get asked is, so what? How does attention lead to action? And one of the findings we got from the research is that there is a very strong connection between attention time and recall and intention to purchase. Attention leads to intention in quite a cool way. What we've found time and again is that digital advertisers are obsessed about how many impressions they're buying, but they don't really care about the effect they're making. What this has shown absolutely is that people should care less about the impressions they're buying and much more about the impression they're making.